Did the laces for Alli 5K today up at Williamsburg on the Lower Trail. I finished first overall in, I don't know, my watch says 18:18, which would have been like a 6:04 pace. Had about 45 feet of climb, 39 feet of descent for the race. I don't know if they really officially timed it, because I looked at the board and they didn't have times on it. They just, I think, were keeping track of people coming in and just marking them, you know, first, second, third, whatever. I did this race and maybe 3 years ago. I won that year too, but it's been a few years since I got to come back up. It's in memory of some woman who was a runner, really active in like the running community, always helping people. I believe she was killed in a car accident. I'm not really sure the full story, but either way, it's in her memory. I believe they said it's their 8th year this year for the race, so it's pretty good long-standing history. It's always a nice crowd, fun crowd. I don't know, I enjoy it, I guess. Except it was kind of hot today and I got really sweaty. But again, it's mostly on the Lower Trail in that Williamsburg section. We actually do start a couple tents off the trail up at the fire company. Then we run up a block and shoot down a block to hit the trail. So maybe a tenth, maybe 2 at the most on the road, and then the rest is on the rail trail as an out and back. Not sure why we just don't start on the rail trail and run it the whole way at the fire. I'm sure there's a reason, maybe because the road's a little bit spacier, so you could fit more people wide to start the race. But there's enough of the Lower Trail. It's 17 miles, and if you go up a couple tents, you can do that before road crossing, or you could extend where the turnaround is, so you wouldn't need to be on the road at all. But whatever, it's a nice way to space out people real quick. Everybody's usually pretty nice. Everybody's like hanging out afterwards and before, taking pictures. They have baskets, stuff like that. This is my ward today. Pretty nice little ward, like this little cool like gem looking thing. Never saw one of them before on an award. They got like a $25 gift certificate for Amazon. So the race basically paid for itself today. I think I got a shirt, but it's in the back seat somewhere. But my neck's just killing me today. I don't know. Like I was planning on racing 3 races today. I was planning on going to like the Run Through History 5K at Blue Spruce, then heading out to Wounded Warriors 5K in DuBois, then coming up here just to see if I could do it. But the way I felt yesterday, I didn't want to do 3 races because my body was just crapping to bed per se. Yeah. Since I didn't pre-register for any of the 3, I didn't, you know, didn't have to necessarily get locked in and go and waste money. So I didn't set an alarm, and I didn't wake up till like 10 this morning, so I missed the first one. And then I figured by the time I got playing around and headed over to DuBois, I missed that. So I was at least wanted to come this one to get a race in today, but I actually thought about skipping this as well, depending on how the Steeler game went. And they were losing like 14-0 after I took like a nap after my breakfast. So I was like, I'm just gonna come do this because it was like 70 degrees today. I was like, don't waste your day just sitting inside. Go do something fun. So that's why I came and did this. Plus, I was like, since it's on the Lower Trail afterwards, you could actually take your bike up and bike some on the trail, which is what I did. I ran the race you know, got my award, ate a bag of chips and some chocolate milk that they handed out. Then I biked 5 miles out and back the same way we ran the trail. Yeah, now I'm heading home. But I know this morning, like another reason why I didn't know what I was doing this morning, because my neck is like the whole way down my neck and my shoulder and even into my lower back. It just, I don't know if I slept on it wrong or pinched something, did something with it. It hurts real bad to even like turn my neck. And I didn't know how I was gonna race or be able to run with it, if it was gonna like pull the whole time and cause pain. But I didn't have any issues with it while running, at least that I noticed. Because well, I was also in like race mindset, so there's that. But whatever. But getting back to the race itself, up at the fire hall, like we all lined up. There was a bunch of kids around, and I know, like, I wasn't planning on turning and burning today. I wasn't going for a time. I was just going to see how my body felt after yesterday at the Quee, and see what I was going to be able to do. You know, I was hoping to win if I could, but I wasn't going for time, and if my body felt like crap, I was just going to take it easy. You know, do a half an hour 5K if I needed to, if I started hurting. But when we took off, luckily I wasn't trying to turn and burn, because kids took out almost a couple of us adults. I know, like, Amy just had a stutter step a few times because the kid kept like cutting right in front of her as she took off. And I was just watching that, and then this kid like cut from the right hand side of me in front of me and almost made me trip. And then I tried to get back around him on the other side, like go around him, then he waved back. He did this like twice. That was causing me to trip a couple of times. So luckily I wasn't trying to run fast, because if I was trying to run fast, I would have just ended up plowing him over, you know, probably hurting both of us. Plus I probably would have got aggravated right away if I was trying to turn and burn. The kid, you know, made me slow down. But then after that, like, there was 3 of us, me, Amy, and some younger kid, basically by ourselves the rest of the race. I was just like pacing off of them for like the first mile to like 1.3 range. I didn't really warm up too much today, because even though I was jogging around and didn't have pain in my neck, it's still like just moving up like a little bit was aggravating, so I didn't really warm up too well. So I was using them like as pace, and then the little younger girl, like I was drafting off of her a little bit. She was on the left hand side, Amy was on the right. I was waiting for like that. I thought that little girl would fade. Well, teenage girl, whatever. I don't know how old she was, whatever. I was expecting her to fade, then I was just going to go around, because the only way for me to get around them at the time was to go on the sides and in the grass, and it was just the 3 of us at the time. So I was like, there's no need to bust your ass right now. Just stay back and then eventually run. So that's what I did for that first, like, I want to say 1.3 miles. Then there was like some walnuts on the trail. I almost twisted an ankle on one, because I couldn't see like what was really coming up on the trail. I haven't like drafted off that young girl. So I was like, after I almost twisted my ankle, I was like, screw this. All right, so then I did get around and just like take off after that. Got tired of playing around, because I didn't want to trip on something and get hurt. Then on the way back, I just basically gapped everybody. I think maybe by like 20-30 seconds. But I don't know, I guess I felt good the most of the race. I went, like I said, is running at first mile a little bit slower than normal. Probably saved me a lot of energy. And then from burning up, I think it was like, yeah, 6:06, 5:53, and 5:10. And then whatever, the like 8 seconds for the last whatever part. So 6:04 pace, I'll take it. Again, it was like 18:20 for the 5K, which is about average. I'm happy with the time. And like on the way back, I got slowed down a lot because people heading out still to the turn, and even like the walking group, when I reached them, they were like taking up like the whole trail. They were like 5 wide, so I actually had to step off quite a few times into the grass and stuff to get around people, because they saw me coming and they just wouldn't move over. Like there was a mother with like 4 kids, and she's just like looking at me. I'm like, can I like get past you? And she wasn't gonna like move her kids over at all. So I had to go around. This happened a few times with some other people as well. It did get a little aggravating, I will admit. I was just like, hey, you guys got to move off the trail for people coming back, or just like bikers in general. And they just seemed oblivious to what was going on. Because there's also a bunch of bikers, because it's an open trail. Lower Trail is a rail trail. It's Lower Trail, Lower, not lower, it's Lower. People will correct you from this way. If you ever say Lower Trail, they'll be like, no, it's Lower. So make sure you call it the Lower Trail. But anyway, there was bikers and stuff coming through, and I could see them getting like the same treatment, just people not moving over, respecting like the trail itself. So like I said, that was kind of aggravating today, but again, I wasn't going for time, so even though it was aggravating, it didn't like make me mad. It was just like a little bit of like, whatever. Now if it was like a close race or something like that, if I was going for time and I was losing seconds because I had to like step off, get back on, then I would have been, but whatever. I probably could have broke 17 easily if I needed to today. Don't know how that was possible, but I don't know. I think I could have. But other than that, after I got past like the walkers and stuff, I'm heading out still. I might have had like a half mile-ish, I think, of open trail to myself. I just like cruised in from there. What's nice about this part of the Lower Trail is it's asphalted. Most of the Lower Trail, like most rail trails, are that like limestone type surface. This section's actually, like I said, asphalted. There's a little bit of waviness to it, like where the asphalt like pinches a little bit. You probably because of like roots or something like that. But it's still asphalt, so it's like your speed shoes, like your racing shoes, are really good on this section of the trail. So that's a nice factor about it. But yeah, other than that, I mean, that's pretty much it. I think they had ham sandwiches, bags of chips, some cookies, and chocolate milk after the race, and then like water as you're finishing. Again, like I said, basket raffles and stuff like that. I just find it like, it seems like it's a good cause and the community supports it, and the people just seem really nice. So if I can do it again, I'll do it again. It's not one of those one and done type races, even though it is rail trail. And you know, I always say I hate rail trail, but this is one of those that like I don't mind supporting on rail trail year after year. It's a 4:00 p.m. race, which is a little bit different, but then you can also like double or triple up races, and or just like watch some of the Steeler game if there's a Steeler game on, or some football Sunday, whatever your team might be, and then come do the race. So there's that as well. I guess that's my race recap for this one, but somehow took home first. I'm glad I went.